Yo, listen, I don't care what anybody says. If I have the chance, I'm going back to Africa. I'm not going to stay in the United States. If I had that choice to go back to Africa right now, I'm going back to Africa. America is not the right place. It's not a right place to live. Never. America is a very lonely country. How you stay in a neighborhood where you don't even see your neighbors? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You go to work, you come back. They go to work, they come back. Your kids don't see their kids. Your children don't see their children. Everybody just be going in and out, in and out. And nobody speak to nobody in America. In Africa, you see peace. You see children playing. You see kids playing around. You see families. You see children going from house to house to house to study. Study the Bible, study books, reading together, solving mathematics, doing homework together. In Africa, you see peace everywhere. If not for the constant lights, electricity, if not for the security, and I'll say for the good roads in the US, I will carry my bag and go back to Africa. America is very, very lonely. Very, very lonely. Not a place to live at all. You cannot. Everybody just looking at everybody like a suspect. Nobody want to talk to nobody. Everybody's scared of everybody. You want to you get in trouble because you're talking to somebody. They call the police for you for the slightest. Any small thing, they don't look at you like say you be thief. Why is America like this? It's supposed to be a great country, right? So what's the problem? Why is everybody looking at everybody like you don't want to speak to your own neighbor? You don't want to talk to your own neighbor? You stay in a neighborhood for like 3 months, you don't see your neighbor. The next house don't even speak to you. The next compound look at you like you're a criminal. Like, if you talk like one, they look at you like, let me call the police on this man, he's trespassing. Your own neighbor will say you're trespassing. In Africa, it's all love. I'm waiting to hit Mega Million. Once I hit this Mega Million, I'm going back. Once I hit Mega Million, I'm going back to Africa. America is very, very lonely. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody looking at everybody like a suspect. No love. It's a lonely place. I'm telling you, yeah.
All right. Shalom, shalom. Keepers of sheep. Brother Kashai back with another lesson. Lord's will. This video is edifying. All right. Before we begin, I'd like to first start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom. And shalom to the hopefully elect. All right. Today's lesson will be titled, African Man Says America is a Lonely Place. And of course, today's lesson is inspired through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rekah HaKodash. All right. But as you can see, we will be focusing on the clip played at the beginning of the video. Right. And you have this so-called African man, which I believe he is from Africa, that he's basically venting about how in his neighborhood, nobody comes outside. All right, nobody's friendly. All right, he doesn't see his neighbors. All right, he's basically disappointed because America has sold the illusion of the American dream. Okay, buy a house, start a family, right? Grill out, 4th of July, things of that nature, right? They sell you this dream, this illusion of peace and freedom and, happiness, when really this place is dark. Okay, this place is full of darkness. This place is full of iniquity, all right, wickedness, all right. And for the most part, I don't know what this man does. All All right, but he probably doesn't see his neighbors because they're working 60 hours a week. Okay, they're working 60 hours a week. All right, the kids don't come outside. Why? Because the kids are occupied with the iPads, the games, the TVs, okay, social media. All right, nobody has a real life here, right? This is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All right, and Egypt was known for his, his labor, his work. All right, so for the most part, people are gonna be slaving here. People are slaves. People are working, man. All right, and then once the kids are old enough to work, they're working. Okay, for the most part, you don't have time to speak to your neighbors and kumbaya, and you get some of these jobs allow you to have your paid holidays, right? You get your 4th of July, your Christmas, Easter, Good Friday, right? You get these things, and you make the most of most of it on that day. But what is that, right? What is a couple hours when you working 60, 70 hours a week, okay? And you can't enjoy the luxuries of your house, your car, you even enjoying your family. Why? Because you're tired. All right, and gas is through the roof right now, man. All right, it's crazy, but yeah, this place has always been lonely. All right, it's never it's never been a place where you should want to raise children, right? Where you should want to start a family. All right, those things should be kept for the kingdom. All right, so just a couple precepts. All right, and once again, if I didn't mention, Lord's will, this video is edifying. So we'll start at Isaiah 24, and I started at verse 10. It says, "The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened," right? The mirth of the land is gone. All right, what is the mirth of the land? That's that joy. That's that happiness. All right, it's this people are now searching for the answers. All right, people are trying to figure out. If they told us to go to school, get a degree, get a job, start a family, buy a house, then why am I not happy? Right? Why am I sad? All right, why are these things happening to me? All right, because again, the mirth of the land is gone. Okay, again, inflation. Okay, you really can't even enjoy the things you buy. All right, and hell, you can't trust your neighbors. All right. It says there's a crying for wine in the streets. All right, we know that's the understanding of the scripture. All right, and that's the peace the Lord gave to us. All right, to understand what's happening in the world is no coincidence. All right, we're able to see it from the Lord's point of view. All right, we're able to see it from a biblical standpoint and understand that this is prophecy. These things must happen. These things must come to pass. That's why we don't set ourselves up on the affections of this world. We don't pollute our hearts and mind with riches, all right, of this current evil, wicked society of this world, man, because they profit nothing. All right, if anything, they profit sorrow, okay, disappointment, depression, all right, wickedness, all right. It says there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. This is a place of darkness, man. There is no light here. I mean, the people don't have no understanding. Okay, the people don't they don't see things for what they truly are, right? Second Ezra 15:19. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with his sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So, this guy's worried about his neighbors, but he need to be worried about himself, because those same neighbors, all right, when this thing hit the fan, all right, there's no more food on the shelves, no more gas at the gas station, at the pumps. Those same neighbors, you're gonna see them. You're gonna finally get to see them, but it's not gonna be on terms that you would like. Okay, it's gonna be hey, man, you give me what you got or I take it, all right? Because they have a family to feed also. And you could tell this is one of those simple Africans, right? Matthew 24:12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So because of this current society, all right, it's polluted with iniquity, with sin, the love of many shall wax, it's waxing cold. All right, people don't even want to live a righteous life. Because they feel like the life they have is short anyway, so they have to live it. They have to live it up. They have to live it in wickedness. All right, to get the best pleasures out of it, because it's a short life anyway. All right, it's a miserable life anyway. So they have to, wickedness pleases them, their flesh. All right, so they're about chasing the flesh. Okay, so these people are willing to do anything to be happy, to be at peace, or even to survive. All right, when it comes to that, John 15:19, it says, if ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. So we understand, we as men of the Lord, all right, those who are in the truth and just know, all right, we don't, we don't complain when people don't speak to us. We don't see how it's a joy not to, speak to our neighbors or have anyone bothering you, because we understand that these people are full of shit anyway. This world is full of shit. This wicked society is you can't trust anyone. All right, everyone's trying to get over on you or get what they can out of you. We joy in not being a part of this world. Okay, that's a luxury to us. Okay, again, John 15:19. If you are of the world will love his own. All right, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. So, hey, we that's fine with us. All right. John 14:27 says, peace, right? Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So you don't see us making videos like this because we don't expect a happy life, happy wife, or happy children. We don't expect that on this side, okay? Because we know the only peace that we have is in the Lord, all right? The only true peace we have is this understanding, this wisdom and knowledge. Because that should be the stability of our times, okay? That's going to be the only thing that keeps us. We're not going to be able to call on our neighbors or ask our neighbors for help, because they're not going to have it, all right? Proverbs 21:10, all right? It says, the soul of the wicked desireth evil. His neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. All right, so, honestly, your neighbor, he doesn't want anything to do with you anyway, right? So, that's why we, as men of the Lord, we know that our true family, our neighbors, our true loved ones are those who are in this truth, man. So with that, once again, man, Lord will, this video was edifying. Until next time, I'm going to let it close out by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, Shalom, and Shalom to the hopeful elect.